What's going on, beautiful people? It is I, your flying locomotive and faster than a speeding boat, SuperCliff, coming at you live with a brand new video. And for today's video, we're going to be talking about House of the Dragon Season 2, Episode 7. But before we do any of that, fun stuff, if you are new to the channel, then smash that like and subscribe button. That way you guys never miss out on anything that happens on this majestic channel. So what are you waiting for? Let's raise the bar and go full on Super Saiyan. Hit that subscribe button. Thus, without further ado, let's get into it. And by the way, spoilers. You've been warned. Anyway, so this episode was 1000% an upgrade from the previous episode. I didn't do a video for episode 6, but I would say confidently, even though I haven't seen episode 8 yet because that hasn't premiered, that episode 6 of season 2 is probably the worst episode of the season. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate myself. I didn't want to claw my skin off, but there was a lot of stuff in the episode that was kind of like boring, and it wasn't really, not because there wasn't action, but there just wasn't a lot happening. And that, listen, I don't care if they set up the relationship and they start making out, but that makeout session came out of nowhere. And I don't know how you can kind of defend that. But anyway, moving on. So episode 7 starts off with Rhaenyra meeting up with Adam Hall, who has just claimed sea smoke. And he's like, I want to be a dragon rider. I want to learn the ways of the, he wants to learn the ways of Targaryen dragon riding class skills and whatnot. And so Rhaenyra's like, okay, you could hang. And throughout this episode, it's really about the Dragonseeds, basically the people who are bastards from previous Targaryen descendants, and they're just kind of like left forgotten throughout Westeros. And so a lot of the people we've seen in this season, there's a couple characters in King's Landing who have silver hair. And even though they're not related, like they're not part of the main family, at the same time, you're wondering like, okay, why are we following these people? And it's the same thing with the Valyrian side of things as well. And it turns out that these people are Dragonseeds, bastards. And so when they get the call, kind of like the recruitment Squid Game style in Westeros, with a letter, you got the White Worms, contacts letting these people know, hey, Rhaenyra is looking for Dragonseeds, people who can ride dragons. Everyone is like, all right, let's do this. Let's get there and let's learn how to dragon ride. And that just goes terribly wrong for about a lot of people, except for 2. Ulf, one of the drunken, guys who hangs out in the tavern a lot, and Hugh, who's like the big guy who has a daughter, or the daughter has died, RIP, and a wife, and he's the guy who's been kind of looking and begging for food and extra work and all that fun stuff. And yeah, those 2 claim dragons, Vermithor and who's the other one? I forget the last one's name, but yeah. So basically, Rhaenyra is given 3 new dragon riders and 3 new dragons for her war, and so right now, essentially TeamBlack is winning. They have more dragons and they have more riders. And so they kind of outnumber Vhagar. And so if they were to all attack Vhagar, they'd probably win. And so, yeah, so far right now for the black side, it's working. Also in the Riverlands, Daemon, okay, I've not hated the Daemon sections in the season. I really like the idea of him like freaking out and having all these visions of just, maybe he doesn't really want to be king kind of thing. And at times it's boring because not a lot's happening, but you understand why it's happening. They're going somewhere with it. At the same time, he's also with Simon Strong, who's the best, by the way. By the way, if Daemon and Simon Strong ever get like a story, just like the 2 of them, I would watch it times 3,000. But yeah, no, here we have in the Riverlands, you have all the Riverland lords and ladies gathering at Harrenhal, and the new lord of House Tully, Kermit Tully, is basically calling a meeting. Kermit's like, all right, listen, now that I'm head of House Tully, I'm going to support Rhaenyra's claim. However, we need to answer for some shit that you guys did with the Blackwoods between the Brackens. And that guy, the Blackwood dude who's helping out Daemon earlier with the raids against the Brackens and whatnot. Yeah, well, Kermit's like, hey, I'm actually a badass in the kid form. And so Daemon, now that you're in charge, you should kill him. Do it, or else we won't support your claim. We won't support Rhaenyra. We won't support House, TeamBlack. And so without a shred of like a pause, Daemon's like, okay, and he does it. However, you get some character building in that scene because Daemon, throughout this entire time since we've known him, he's been very much he's impulsive. He allows anger to guide him. And I think in this season, we're seeing a part of him where he is realizing that his actions have consequences, and that those consequences determine the fate of the realm and how people view him. And I think he's kind of getting he's getting a bit of a taste of his own medicine in this season. And I like that. But I wish there were moments where it just kind of like it hastened it up a bit. Overall, I really love this episode. It's great. I cannot wait for the next episode, the finale. However, I will say I do wish we had 2 more episodes of the season, because I think I said this in my previous video, but it feels like it just started the season and now we're like at the end. I feel like we've been cheated a little bit there. The show is still very good. It's, way better than season 8, obviously. Yeah, I wish we just got more episodes, 2 more, not like 15 episodes like the CW, because they're fucking train wreck. But yeah, I just wish we had more time with these characters. But yeah, those are my thoughts on episode 7. I'm really hyped for episode 8. I cannot wait for it. I'm gonna watch it when it drops effective immediately. So yeah, thank you guys for checking out my video, as it truly means the world to me. Now, what are your thoughts and opinions on episode 7, House of the Dragon season 2? Do you guys like this episode? What are your overall thoughts on season 2? And are you in the same boat as me? Do you want more episodes? Those 2 additional episodes that we're going to be missing for this season? Let me know down in the comment section below. And until next video, peace. Giggity goo.